Welcome back to Behind the Door, where we uncover the most incredible stories of courage, ambition, and life-changing moments. Before we dive into this story, comment below and tell us which city you're watching from. And once the story ends, don't forget to rate it from 0 to 10. Enjoy this amazing tale, only on Behind the Door. Let's get started. The conference hall buzzed with energy as hundreds of tech professionals gathered for the annual Innovation Summit. On stage stood Marcus Chen, the billionaire CEO of TechVantage Industries, a man whose empire spanned artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and biotechnology. His keynote presentation had just concluded with thunderous applause. Now came the question and answer session, the part most attendees anticipated with nervous excitement. Marcus stood confidently at the podium, his tailored suit and easy smile projecting the image of a man who had conquered every challenge life threw at him. Question after question came from the audience, each one met with his practiced, media-trained responses. Everything was going exactly as planned, until a hand shot up in the third row. The woman standing was young, perhaps in her late 20s, with determined eyes that cut through the pretense of the room. Her name was Sarah Mitchell, a mechanical engineer from a mid-sized automotive company. Unlike the others who had asked softball questions designed to impress, Sarah held a tablet displaying graphs and data projections. "Mr. Chen," she began, her voice steady and clear, "you've spent the last 45 minutes talking about TechVantage's commitment to sustainable manufacturing. But according to your own environmental impact reports from the past 3 quarters, your factories in Southeast Asia have increased carbon emissions by 17%, while your publicly stated goal was a 15% reduction. How do you reconcile these contradictory numbers with your vision of corporate responsibility?" The room fell. Silent. You could hear the collective intake of breath from 300 professionals who suddenly realized they were witnessing something unprecedented. Nobody challenged Marcus Chen. Not like this. Not with data. Not in public. Marcus's smile faltered for just a fraction of a second before he recovered. "Those are interesting observations," he said carefully, his tone measured. "However, you're looking at isolated quarterly data without understanding the full context of our long-term strategic implementation." Sarah wasn't backing down. "With respect, Mr. Chen, I'm looking at your own published reports. The context is clear. Your company made promises to investors and the public that you haven't kept. Furthermore, the new manufacturing process you unveiled today, while innovative, has a fundamental flaw in its thermal regulation system that will likely result in a 23% efficiency loss under sustained operational loads." Murmurs rippled through the audience. Some people pulled out their phones, frantically searching for the reports Sarah mentioned. Others exchanged nervous glances. Marcus's executive team, seated in the front row, looked like they wanted to disappear into their chairs. But something unexpected happened. Instead of becoming defensive or dismissive, Marcus leaned forward, his expression shifting from practiced corporate politeness to genuine interest. "You've clearly done your homework," he said. "Tell me, what would you do differently?" Sarah didn't hesitate. For the next 3 minutes, she outlined a modified approach to the thermal regulation system, complete with specific technical adjustments and projected efficiency improvements. She spoke with the confidence of someone who had spent countless hours analyzing every detail, not to tear someone down, but because she genuinely cared about solving the problem. When she finished, Marcus was silent for a moment. Then he did something that shocked everyone in the room. He stepped away from the podium, walked down the stage stairs, and approached Sarah directly. "What's your name?" he asked. "Sarah Mitchell, sir." "Sarah, in my 20 years of running this company, nobody has ever called me out like that. More importantly, nobody has ever followed up with a solution that actually makes sense." He paused, then smiled genuinely for the first time that day. "How would you like to head our new Sustainable Innovation Division? We clearly need someone who's willing to tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable." The room erupted. Some applauded, others sat in stunned disbelief. Sarah herself seemed momentarily speechless, but she recovered quickly. "I'd need full autonomy to implement real changes," she said, still negotiating even in this surreal moment. "Not just cosmetic improvements for press releases." Marcus extended his hand. "You've got it. When can you start?" 3 months later, Sarah Mitchell became the youngest division head in TechVantage history. Under her leadership, the company not only met its sustainability goals, but exceeded them. The thermal regulation fix she proposed saved the company millions and became an industry standard. Marcus later told reporters that hiring Sarah was the best decision he'd made in a decade, proving that sometimes the people who challenge us the most are exactly the ones we need on our team. So, what do you think of this incredible story? Rate it from 0 to 10 in the comments, and don't forget to tell us which city you're watching from. If you enjoyed this tale, hit that like button and subscribe to Behind the Door for more amazing stories. Until next time, keep believing that courage and truth can change everything.